Horses here tonight there, ladies and gentlemen. Let us hear you. 1, 2, 3. Well, the great man from Roma, he would love to be sitting here, and I bet he's watching upstairs right now from above, watching our great final that's about to kick off. With some great competitors, some great show horses that we've seen work for Futurity, Derby levels, now the Classic level in 2022. And Robert Mackay is going to be our first man off the bat. Warwick Screen, Lindsay Wheatley, Dean Holden. They'll be our first four to show. So Robert Mackay from Gundawindi, number 1 on the draw. Yulgabar, I'm a Black Cat, owned by the Yulgabar Quarter Horse Stud, is going to be our first one to go. This one was number 11 in the aggregate to make it back to the finals today. Well, he's a veteran of the sport. He's been competing in it for a long, long time, and a great way to start things off. Let's go for some 75s from our judges there. Robert Mackay, number 1 on the draw. Yulgabar, I'm a Black Cat. Our first one to cross the showtime line. Side by I'm a Smooth Blue Cat out of Yulgabar Well Played Oak. Was bred by the Yulgabar Quarter Horse Stud. Let's go, Robert. Let's start things off right. Number 1 on the draw with an event brought to us by Foresight with $23,000 in total prize money. We'll pay out in this event. We got a buckle, we got a garland. We've also got the Foresight pack, a Riverland Wines pack as well, and a bridle rack donated by Megan Richards and Cameron Reid. Let's watch Robert Mackay to start things off. Number 1 on the draw to cross the showtime line to start things off on a Thursday night. Also, thank you very much to our cattle suppliers for bringing our cattle throughout day number 6 here today. Thank you. We can come back once again tomorrow, some big-time moments, but we got a big-time moment, our first final for our 9-day show here in St. George. Let's watch Robert Mackay, number 1 on the draw from Gundawindi, Yulgabar, I'm a Black Cat. This event brought to us by Foresight. Thank you very much to Foresight. I know the team at Foresight will be sitting at home watching this one. Sit back and watch the event. You put your dollars into Foresight to extend the athletic career of your horse. You need to care for their joints. Keep them performing at their best with Foresight. Buy it from your vet today. So all eyes glued on Robert Mackay, number 1 on the draw, about to cross the showtime line. Our first competitor in our Open Classic Challenge final, brought to us by Foresight. So thank you very much to all our great sponsors that have donated prizes. But let's watch number 1 on the draw. Much there, Robert. That was Robert Mackay from Gundawindi. Number 1 on the draw, that was Yilgabar I'm a Black Cat, owned by the Yilgabar Quarter Horse Stud, the Meyer family. That one's signed by I'm a Smooth Blue Cat and a Yilgabar Well Played Oak. So our next 4 we'll see in our Open Classic Challenge final. We'll see Warwick Screen, Lindsay Wheatley, Dean Holden and Jamie Seckham. That'll be our next 4. This event brought to us by Foresight. Thank you very much. So 215 there for Robert Mackay. So a round of applause for Robert here this evening. So we're going to move to Warwick Screen. The man formerly from Belmont North resides in Scone, New South Wales nowadays in his training facility. Number 2 on the draw. He was number 3 in the aggregate to make it back to finals today. This is the one they call Medal as Anything, owned by Miss Maggie Mason. This one side by Metallic Cat at a Spinny's Bad Girl was bred by Maggie Mason. The limited champion of the Autumn Spectacular last year in 2021. Let's watch him, Warwick Screen. The original surf and turf man himself, about to cross the Showtime line with Medal as Anything. This one owned by Maggie Mason. Well, thank you very much there, Warwick. That was Warwick Screen from Scone, New South Wales. Number 2 on the draw, that was Medal as Anything, owned by Miss Maggie Mason. That was signed by Metallic Cat at a Spinny's Bad Girl. So our next 4 to show, we'll see Lindsay Wheatley, then Dean Holden, Jamie Seckham, then Steve Byrne. So that'll be our next 4 to show in our Foresight-sponsored Open Classic Challenge final here on our Thursday night. Thank you very much to Sunkist Quarter Horse Stud for being a great supportive business of our show here this week. Thank you. So 193 there for Warwick, 193 We'll now move to Lindsay Wheatley from Corimba, Victoria, number 3 on the draw. Number 6 in the aggregate on this one, SDP Firecat. Little birdie told me this is the first time she's ever qualified for the Open Classic Finals, actually at the Blonde River Cutters Futurity show. This one owned by Angus McKinnon. SDP Firecat about to cross the Showtime line. This one side by High Drive Cat out of EB's Flame Tree, was bred by the True Class Quarter Horses. Well, thank you very much there, Lindsay. That was Lindsay Wheatley from Corimba, Victoria, number 3 on the draw, SDP Firecat, owned by Angus McKinnon. That one was side by High Drive Cat out of EB's Flame Tree. So we're next to go in our Open Classic Challenge final, brought to us by Foresight. We're going to have Dean Holden, Jamie Seckham, Steve Byrne, then Phil Smith. That'll be our next lot of competitors. We'll pay out about $23,000 in total prize money in this event. The Buckle Garland Foresight pack, a Riverland Wines pack as well, and a bridal rack donated by Megan Richards, Cameron Reid. The prestigious event of winning that Open Classic title right here is happening live. Well, let's light her up. 224, ladies and gentlemen, 224. There's your new leader. 224. Well, the bar is raised. Let's move to the man from Seymour, Victoria, Dean Holden, number 4 on the draw. Number 5 in the aggregate. He made it back in the finals today to guarantee his spot on this one. Stylish player owned by Chris Ware and Jody Mearns. I bet Jody and Chris are watching this one on the live stream. The 2019 Classic Champion at this venue. This man of Dean Holden, who was only back in 2019, he was crowned that champion. It doesn't matter where he goes, Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, you can guarantee he's going to go to first every time. Let's watch Stylish Player, this one to get shown. This one by Side By, 2-time and Playboy out of Tell Me I'm Stylish, was bred by Ivan and Amanda Ross. Let's watch Dean Holden. Number 4 on the draw in our Open Classic Challenge, brought to us by Foresight. Also, thank you very much to the Australian Hotel for being one of our great major sponsors of our 9-day show here at St. George. Thank you very much. And hope you head on down for dinner throughout the show. They're always serving dinner to about 8:30 with plenty of breakfast, lunch and dinner as well. Let's watch Dean Holden, stylish player. Had a lot of success on this one at the NCHA Futurity in Tamworth in June. Let's see if we can light him up once again in our sand arena in the playing field right now on the show ring. Mr. Dean Holden, stylish player. So $23,000 in total prize money will be paid out in this event. It's worth going first place, I guarantee it. Let's watch Dean Holden, stylish player. So Dean, that was Dean Holden from Seymour, Victoria. That was stylish player owned by Chris Ware and Jody Mearns. So that was signed by two-time and Playboy out of Tell Me I'm Stylish. So next up we're going to move to, we've got Jamie Seckham, Steve Byrne, then Phil Smith and Jackson Gray. That'll be our next four. This event brought to us by Foresight. Thank you very much for being involved. Hope you're sitting back enjoying what you put your dollars into in our Open Classic final today. So 203 there for Dean, 203, but a round of applause for making the finals here today there, ladies and gentlemen. Stylish player, it's a good one. We're going to move to the man that resides in Albany, Queensland, number 5 on the draw. The original boy from the bush that grew up in a little town north of Longreach, Jamie Seckham. This is High on Cherries, owned by Sarah Campbell out of Allora. This was number 7 in the aggregate to make it back to finals today. It was only last year in this arena. He was the 2021 runner-up champion for the Open Classic Challenge. Jamie Seckham, next to go, High on Cherries. Side by High Drive Cat out of Ray Lady Ray, was bred by the Delta Quarter Horse Stud. Let's go win yourself some money there, Jamie. Your turn to shine. Well, thank you very much there, Jamie. That was Jamie Second from Albany. That was number 5 on the draw, High on Cherries, owned by Sarah Campbell. That was side by High Drive Cat at a Ray Lady Ray. So next up we're going to see Steve Byrne, and then we have Phil Smith, then Jackson Gray, then Tyler Hodgman. With some great competitors that come your way in our Open Classic Challenge final, and some great classic horses. We'll see who our champion will be at the end of the rainbow. Thank you once again to Foresight. Make sure you check out their website at www.foresight.global. So 217 there for Jamie. So a round of applause for Jamie today with High on Cherries. We're going to move to the man from Dungowan, New South Wales, Steve Byrne. Well, he slid himself into that bottom hole to make it back today on that bubble at 15th spot. But it doesn't matter in the cutting ring. You can come from last hole to make it back. The finals go all the way to first because we start from 0. This is EB's Cooler Tide. Steve Byrne, a many times finalist here at the Open Classic Challenge here at the Blonde River Cutters Futurity Show. This one owned by Guy Monvoisin. It's our next one to go. Side by Time's Up out of EB's Clipsal. Was bred by the El Bocado stud. Let's watch Steve Byrne, EB's Cooler Tie. Let's go there, Steve. We need to be 225 to take the lead in our Foresight-sponsored event here tonight. All eyes glued on Steve Byrne, Dungowan, New South Wales. About to cross that showtime line for 2.5 minutes right here. Steve Byrne, Dungowan, man that's been the NCHA finals many times. Came back from injury, hit the NCHA for Futurity to qualify for a lot of different finals as well for that 2 weeks. Let's watch him right here. Well, thank you very much there, Steve. That was Steve Byrne from Dungowan, New South Wales. Number 6 on the draw, EB's Cooler Tie, owned by Mr. Guy Monvoisin. So that was side by Times Up at EB's Clipsal. We'll find out where his fate will sit in the leaderboard right now. At 2:24 on top. That was set by Lindsay Wheatley. So next up, we're going to move to Phil Smith, Jackson Gray, Tyler Hodgman, Lindsay Wheatley. That'll be our next competitors in our four-side sponsored event. Well, 215 there for Steve Burns. So a round of applause for Steve today for making the finals with EB's Cooler Tie and Mr. Guy Monvoisin owning that one. We're going to move to the man from Gundawindi, number 7 on the draw. This is Dancing in Memphis, the one he's going to be showing, Mr. Phil Smith. Number 7 in the aggregate to guarantee his spot back in the finals today. This one owned by the Garrison Quarter Horse Stud. Side by Tap Dancing Cat out of Southern Magic. Was bred by the Garrison Quarter Horse Stud. Well, he's kind of been hot property in the last 12 months. He's been winning in Victoria, winning in New South Wales, winning in Queensland. Had a big win there the other week at the Scone New South Wales Cutting Club show down there at Scone for the Futurity show. Let's see if we can bring in that momentum. Let's go for first there, Phil. We need 225. The man that's part of the Mavericks Western Wear team member, Phil Smith, number 7 on the draw. The second generation cutting competitor out of Gundawindi. Foresight sponsored event.
Flip it. Dip it. S-N double. O to the P. Baby, you too much. You too much for me. But I'ma show you. I know you. Been waiting for this. So I'ma flip it. And dip it. And ride with this. Ride with this. Ride with this. Ride with this. Ride. Flip it. Dip it. Flip it. So I'ma flip it, dip it, and ride with this. Flip it. Dip it. Flip it. So I'ma flip it, dip it, and ride with this. I'm gonna flip it, gonna dip it, and more. I'm gonna make you want it, put you on it, dance floor. Let's do this shakedown. I've got a dirty sound. Gonna make you flip it, dip it, do it on the dance floor. S-N double, O to the P. Baby, you too much for me. But I'ma show you, I know you. Been waiting for this, so I'ma flip it, dip it, and ride with this. Ride with this, ride with this, ride with this, ride with this, ride. Flip it. Dip it. Flip it. So I'ma flip it, dip it, and ride with this. Flip it. I'm gonna flip it, gonna dip it, and more. I'm gonna make you want it, put you on it, dance floor. Let's do this shakedown. I've got a dirty sound. Gonna make you flip it, dip it, do it on the dance floor. S-N double, O to the P. Baby, you too much for me. But I'ma show you, I know you. Been waiting for this, so I'ma flip it, dip it.
Well, thank you very much there, Phil. That was Phil Smith from Gundawindi, number 7 on the draw, Dancing in Memphis, owned by the Garrison Quarter Horse Stud. Side by Tap Dancing Cat at a Southern Magic. So we're next four to see. We'll see Jackson Gray, Tyler Hodgman, Lindsay Wheatley, then Mark Buttsworth. Thank you very much to Mavericks Western Wear for being a great supportive business of our show here for the 9 days. Maverick stocks a wide variety of well-known international brands. These brands include Serratelli felt hats, men's and ladies cinch apparel, panhandled slim and rock and roll denim apparel, Double C Company jeans, belay boots, and Maverick straw and felt hats. So 222 and a half, ladies and gentlemen. So a round of applause for Phil tonight. 222 and a half. That'll put him second. So we're going to move to Jackson Gray from Perga, Queensland. Number 8 on the draw. This is Smooth Cherry Ray, owned by the Gordon family out of Harrisville. Was number 11 in the aggregate to guarantee your spot back today here at the finals. Smooth Cherry Ray, side by Smooth as a Cat out of Ray Lady Ray, was bred by the Delta Quarter Horse Stud. He was a Derby finalist here last year in this arena. Ended up around the top 5 in the Classic and the Derbies there at the Darling Downs Cutting Club Futurity show last year. Let's watch Jackson Gray. We need 225 to take the lead, my friend, to pass non-pro national champion of the NCHA. Jackson Gray, Smooth Cherry Ray is the one he's about to show. A great stallion and a stud horse, this one, the Smooth Cherry Ray, that's about to cross the Showtime line. There's a big buckle at the end of the rainbow. $23,000 in prize money. Get a piece of the pie there, Jackson. Thank you once again to Foresight once again for being our great sponsor of this event today. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying what you're watching here tonight on our Thursday night here at St. George. Jackson, that was Jackson Gray from Perga, Queensland. Number 8 on the draw, that was Smooth Cherry Ray, owned by the Gordon family. So Smooth Cherry Ray was a stallion that was side by Smooth as a Cat out of Ray Lady Ray. So next up we're going to move to will be Tyler Hodgman, then we'll have Lindsay Wheatley, Mark Buttswift and Lincoln Barat. Thank you very much to Gidgee Eyewear. Gidgee Eyewear was founded on feel, practicality, function and affordability. Sunglasses that stack up to the harsh conditions of rural Australia.
Wake up in the morning and I raise my weary head. I've got an old coat for
So 205 there for Jackson. Round of applause for Jackson today with Smoot Jerry Ray. As we're going to move to the man from Glen Innes, this will be Tyler Hodgman. Southern Roan Cat, owned by Jenny McBilly. Number 13 in the aggregate to make it back to finals today. Side by Metallic Cat at a CDS Starlight MS. Was bred by the SCC Ranch. This is a stallion. Thank you very much, Sir Tyler. That was Tyler Hodgman from Glen Innes, New South Wales. That was Southern Roan Cat, owned by Jenny McPhilly. That was side by Metallic Cat at a CDS Starlight MS. So next up we're going to move to will be Lindsay Wheatley, then we'll have Mark Buttsworth, Lincoln Vrath and Phil Dawson. That'll be our next lot of competitors in our Foresight sponsored event here tonight. Also, thank you very much to Cinch. Lead, don't follow. Cinch products are cultivated through the hard work and dedication with all involved. Cinch strives to offer quality, stylish attire that is great fit today. So 203 there for Tyler, but a round of applause for Tyler today with Southern Roan Cat. We'll now move to Lindsay Wheatley once again from Corimba, Victoria on her second show horse to final here in the Open Classic Challenge final. This will be Raving Luna Cat, was number 10 in the aggregate to guarantee the spot back today. This one owned by Mark and Shelley Ruff and Diggers Rest, Victoria. This one's side by This Cat's Destiny out of Raving Reviews and was bred by Aaron and Lindsay Wheatley. Good luck to Lindsay right here.
Inside you and consume
Well, thank you very much there, Lindsay. And that was Lindsay Wheatley from Corimba, Victoria. That was Raving Luna Cat, owned by Mark and Shelley Ruff. So that one was signed by This Cat's Destiny out of Raving Reviews. So next up we're going to see is Mark Buttsworth, Lincoln Vrat, then Phil Dawson, Lincoln Vrat again, then Rachel Leach will be last out in our Open Classic Challenge final tonight. Thank you very much to Double J Quarter Horses, where Mare Power matters. Based in Kapunda, South Australia, we pride ourselves on producing quality quarter horses to the cow horse industry. Well, let's light her up. 226, ladies and gentlemen. 226. She's going to go first and second right now. Well, it's starting to heat up in the show ring right now as we're going to move to the man from Kingaroy, the $1 Million Cowboy, Mark Buttsworth. Well, this horse that he's about to show right here, it has had the big numbers on it. The great Pepe Filaire, the mare that was owned by the legend himself, Tom Strawn. This one signed by Ebes Falaris out of Yulgabar. O Pepe Roy was bred by Buttsworth, the great mare itself, and the legend himself, Mark Buttsworth. Needs 227 to take the lead in our Foresight-sponsored Open Classic Challenge final here tonight. I wish you all the best, my friend. Mark Buttsworth from Kingaroy, number 11 on the draw. Let's go win yourself some money. Well, thank you very much there, Butsy. That was Mark Buttsworth from Kingaroy, Queensland. That was number 11 on the draw, Pepe Filaire, owned by Tom Strawn. So that was signed by Ebes Falaris out of Yulgabar, O Pepe Roy. That was bred by Buttsworth. So we've got 4 more to go. We'll have Lincoln Vrat, Phil Dawson, Lincoln Vrat once again, then Rachel Leach. So 4 more to go. We've got 226, 224, 222 and a half. That's our top 3 right now on the leaderboard. Lindsay Wheatley's got 2 of them. Then we got Phil Smith in 3rd right now. Thank you very much to Agrimix, Science, Integrity, and Results. So 191 there for Mark Buttsworth, but a round of applause for Mark Buttsworth at Pepe Filaire tonight. Because we're going to move to Lincoln Virat from Perga, number 12 on the draw, EB's Dig This Cat, owned by Paul Johnston and Di Jones. Number 13 in the aggregate to make it back to finals today. This one signed by Cat in a Hat out of EB's Digit, was bred by the El Bocado stud out of Glen Innes. Is a gelding, one that's been also award-winning horse over the last couple of years. It's one that can bring the big numbers. Lincoln Virat's turn to shine. His first one in our final here this evening. Let's go chase that 226 there, my friend. He got on a roll there about a year and a half ago, and he's been one of the top 3 competitors each and every time up here in Queensland, then really proved a point when he went down south once we open up the borders. Let's go win yourself some money there, my friend, right here. Well, thank you very much there, Lincoln. That was Lincoln Virat from Perga. Number 12 on the draw, that was EB's Dig This Cat, owned by Paul Johnston and Di Jones. So that was a gelding side by Cat in a Hat at EB's Digit. So we got 3 more to show in our Foresight sponsored Open Classic Challenge final here tonight. Phil Dawson, then Lincoln Virat, then Rachel Leach going to be last out. Thank you very, very much to the Australian Hotel. Was established in 1864 and since become a lively pub, restaurant, hotel, events venue, and a hub for St George community with a triple bar venue, 32-room hotel, fully functioning restaurant, and award-winning bottle shop. The Australian Hotel offers something for both locals and tourists. Well, it's a nice job there for Lincoln tonight. 220 and a half, ladies and gentlemen. 220 and a half. That'll be fourth money right now. So We'll move to Phil Dawson, the man from Bingara, New South Wales, number 13 on the draw. It's going to be where we're going to look at next up. Thank you once again to Foresight. Competition puts a lot of strain on our horses' joints. Are you worried about soreness and injury? Leading Aussies recommend Foresight Epitalis Forte Daily supplement for joint repair, protection and pain relief. It's easy to administer and so palatable, the horses just love it. Now you can get a treat and get the reassurance that they're supported by their best joint care available. Buy your Foresight Epitalis Forte from your vet today. So we get set for the man from Bingara, New South Wales. It's Phil Dawson. He told me he actually hasn't been in a classic finals in this arena. He said he's only been here a couple of times. But I tell you what, he's been to every other kind of final across the countryside. This is the one they call I Won't Back Down, owned by the Kempsey Quarter Horses. Well, it was consistency over the first two rounds. He was the number one competitor and the show horse over those first two rounds in the aggregate to make it back to finals today. Well, let's roll into it, Phil. Let's do what you did in the first two rounds. I Won't Back Down. A mare that was signed by Once in a Blue Boon out of High on Terps, was bred by the Kempsey Quarter Horses. Needs 227 to take the lead in our Foresight-sponsored Open Classic Challenge final here tonight on Thursday night. Also remember, we'll be back in the morning once again, 7:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, to settle our first herd tomorrow for the non-pro derby. Well, let's watch the man from Bingara, Phil Dawson, with the number one horse over the first two rounds, I Won't Back Down.
Stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. No, I'll stand my ground, won't be turned around, and I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. Pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down.
Well, thank you very much there, Phil. That was Phil Dawson from Bingara, New South Wales. Number 13 on the draw, that was I Won't Back Down. Owned by the Kempsey Quarter Horses. That one's side by Once in a Blue Boon out of High on Terps. So we've got two more to go. Lincoln Brath, then we'll have Rachel Leach in our Foresight Open Classic Challenge Final. We'll be having presentations to follow as well for this event to follow. Thank you very much to Foresight. Make sure you like them on Facebook and also Instagram. On the draw. Then we'll have Rachel Leach to wind things down. Now, $23,000 in total prize money brought to us by Foresight. Thank you. This is Blue Blooded Boone, owned by Trina Simpson.
Destination unknown.
Well, thank you very much there, Lincoln. That was Lincoln Vrart from Perga, Queensland. Number 14 on the draw, that was Blue Blooded Boon, owned by Trina Simpson. So that was signed by Once in a Blue Boon out of Miss Calamity Jane. So we got one more to go. Will be Rachel Leach to wind things down in our Open Classic Challenge brought to us by our friends at Foresight. So we'll get that last score on the board. We're having presentations to follow this herd as well. We'll crown our champion. So 213 there for Lincoln, but a round of applause for Lincoln Vrart. Final two horses in the Open Classic final here tonight. As we're going to move to Rachel Leach from Springshaw, number 15 on the draw. This was the number 2 horse in the aggregate to make it back today. Hard Spinning Cash, owned by Mrs. Rachel Leach. It was in this arena last year. She won this title in 2021. She didn't just win one title. She won 4 titles here last year. The best ever show she's ever had. She needs to bring out the big guns right now to challenge the lead. Hard Spinning Cash, the number 2 horse. Side by Hard Hat Henry out of Cash's Spin, was bred by Corey Holden in Cobram, Victoria. Good luck to Rachel Leach.
Miami equals black mask, black gloves with a little bit of rope to tie. I flipped it, black suits, white shirts, black glasses with a matching tie, like Agent J or Agent K, and I wish the whole world would. Okay, I'm trying to make $1 billion out of 15 cents. Understand, understood, I'm a hoe, yeah, mover, shaker, culture, bury a border, record breaker, won't you? Give credit where credit is due, don't you? Know that I don't give a number 2. Y'all just halfway thoughts, not worth the back of my mind. But to understand the future, we have to go back in time. I got the globe, yeah, in the palm of my hand. Wherever I spin it, that's where I land. Let's save the world, men in black, I know you understand. Stop the movement. They can try if they want to. Ignorar los latinos, sí. They can try if they want to. What pit saw's a bit raw. Took like jigsaw and built it all. Despite a big loss, I bet it all. Ain't fought blind against the world, Ray Charles. Y'all just halfway thoughts, not worth the back of my mind. But to understand the future, we have to go back in time.
Well, thank you very much there, Rachel. That was Rachel Leach from Springshaw, Queensland. That was Hard Spinning Cash, owned by Rachel Leach. That one was signed by Hard Hat Henry out of Cash's Spin. Well, a round of applause for all our finalists in the Open Classic Challenge final tonight. There were some great showings from some great competitors. We'll see what our score will come through there for Rachel. Also, thank you very much to our backyard men here today once again. So 203 there for Rachel, but a round of applause for Rachel here tonight. 203 on that showing. Well, unofficially, will be that 226, but we have to recalculate those scores, make sure everything's in order before we'll do our presentation. But you can grab yourself a cold beverage. We'll be doing the presentation of our Open Classic Challenge final very soon.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?